Hi everyone, I'm Bonita from Pennies to Dollars and welcome back to my channel on frugal living, decluttering, and living your best life while still cutting expenses in your household. I wanted to talk to you today about whether or not you are living your best life. And if you're not, why the heck are you not? This frugal living thing, it's more than just about saving money. It is about living your best life. So many people think that you are taking away from your life when you are living frugally. But I'm here to tell you, I live my best life because I live frugally. My new cookbook, 50 Frugal Recipes When Cooking on a Budget with Depression-era recipes through the 1900s, is available on Amazon. This is an example of one of my multi-meal muffins that I made from this cookbook. The only thing is, I cut out the egg in that recipe and substituted the club soda that I told you about in a prior video on egg substitutes. It came out absolutely perfect. No change whatsoever. So I'm substituting in my baking club soda right now. That's what I have on hand. It's super cheap. I only use 1/4 of a cup for one egg, and 1 liter bottle of that will last me a long time. It's even lost its fizz. It doesn't matter. The muffin came out perfectly. So things like that where I'm saving myself money that I can use somewhere else, and I'm not spending the exorbitant amount on eggs right now. We're only using them when we actually eat an egg for breakfast. And the reason that I'm saving money is just not to pack rat it, not just to have security, which it provides, but also so it can provide the things for me that I love. I want to love everything that I own. I want to love everything that I buy, my clothes, anything for the house. I want to absolutely love that. And if it costs me a little bit more to get something of better quality, I'm able to do that because I live frugally in other ways that don't affect my life, like substituting for the egg. That's why I call my channel Pennies to Dollars, because if you take care of those pennies, they add up to be dollars, and they really do. For instance, how long has it been since you have rearranged your furniture? For me, it's been a long time. I am not one of those people that just move my furniture around regularly. Some people do, but I have back issues, so I put my things in one place and they stay there. We needed to rearrange our bedroom the other day. I can't even tell you how long it's been since I have rearranged anything in my bedroom. Guess what I found was stealing my money in my bedroom? I have an old adapter. I don't even know what this is to. It was plugged in behind my dresser. I didn't even remember there was a plug-in behind my dresser. So that tells you how long this thing's been plugged in. It could be 20 years. I don't know. And I found one of these multi-plug outlets plugged in behind my dresser as well. Nothing plugged into it. And these little multi-plug outlets, they can really steal your money, as well as chargers that you've forgotten about, because they are ready to provide electricity at any given time with that phantom power. So we unplugged both of these things, and it made me feel like I found money on the ground. I was so excited. I was like, yay, we just saved money on our electric bill by unplugging things we didn't need. Last summer, when I got so diligent about finding even more ways to save money, I found a multi-plug outlet that we had in the living room. It had 6 outlets to it, and they were all full. And we didn't even need most of them plugged in. And I realized then that I was paying the electric company every month for things to just be plugged in, just so I could flip a switch without even thinking about what I still had plugged in. So I've unplugged these. I'm excited about that. This month, my electric bill already looks like it is $25 less than last month. I haven't done anything different this month that I know of other than finding little things like this. And I've even used the dryer some this month because, as you know, last month I had COVID and I felt pretty bad for quite a long time, about 40 days. So I wasn't hanging clothes on the line because I felt pretty poorly. And so I've even used the dryer and my electric bill's gone down $25. So just little things like that can steal your money that you can use somewhere else. For instance, since I felt so bad and I was sick over Christmas, I didn't get to see my son when he flew home from Baltimore. So next month, I am going to Baltimore to see him, and it will be a trip that is completely paid for, completely saved for. It won't cost me anything in credit because I live frugally. Did I know this trip was coming? No. Did I know I was going to get sick over Christmas? Absolutely not. Did I intend to not get to see my son when he flew home? No way. No way. I was heartbroken. But because I've been frugal and I have that money saved back, I can literally take off and go see him, and it won't cost me anything in credit. That is why living frugally is so important. It's so important to be able to have that money to use it for when you need it. If I couldn't see him again until next Christmas, I would be devastated. But that's not going to be the case because I live frugally. So I want to love everything I buy, and I want to have that money available so that I can use it for the right thing, the right amount of things, and the right quality of thing that I want. And that is a huge plus to living frugally. It's much more than just saving money. And then when we live frugally, those special treats to us that maybe some people have every single day are actually special. And we've touched on this before. But when I go to work, I see the drive-thrus lined up of people going in there. Here a few weeks ago, my husband needed to go to the emergency room. We had no clue that this was going to happen. We had gone to town to do a little bit of grocery shopping. We were only going to be gone a couple of hours. Well, he ended up needing to go to the emergency room. We were there for hours on end. I hadn't eaten. I was starving to death. And he said, go get something to eat. So I thought, well, I'll just pull through a drive-thru. It's not like we do it all the time. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm starving to death. So I went through the Hardee's that was next door. It was the only thing within short driving distance, and I wanted to get back to him in a hurry. A small hamburger, a small fry, and a small drink cost me $9.99. A $10 bill for something that would have cost about $5 just a few years ago. Now, I had the money. It's not like I do it all the time. I was just shocked that it cost that much. I had not realized that things like that had gone up that much in the drive-thrus. So that put a whole nother perspective on when I see people lined up at the drive-thrus every day. I thought that was a crazy price for that. Let me know what you think. Do you go through drive-thrus? Is that an acceptable price for something that small? I can't even imagine if I would have upsized that meal, what it would have cost. But special treats that we don't have every day are indeed special. Valentine's Day was this last week. My husband said, do you mind if I go and hang out with my pool team? I said, I don't mind at all. We spend every single night together. He treats me well all year long. So we don't buy each other gifts for Christmas, for Valentine's. I tell everybody every day is Christmas and Valentine's when you have a good marriage. And so we don't purchase things like that. We save up our money for trips we can do together and special things we can do together. So since he went to go to pool and hang out with his friends, I thought, I am going to order a Pizza Hut pizza on the way home, and I'm going to use my mobile app because I can get extra points and save money by ordering it on there. And then you can pick it up and pay for it however you want. And so I picked up a pizza and I brought it home on the mobile app. Now, if I would have just ordered that pizza, it would have cost me $10 to $15 more for that one pizza than just using the mobile app. And I thought, well, I don't do this all the time. It's fine. It's a holiday. I'm going to go ahead and buy this pizza. It will last several meals and it will be something special. So that's why I tell you that it's not just about saving money. Being frugal doesn't mean that you don't do things like that once in a while, that you don't go through drive-thrus, that you don't order a pizza once in a while. It means that you can afford to when you do it and that you don't have to use credit. That's what makes it special. Doing those little things that add up so that you can do those special things when you feel like it, they really do mean a lot. That is one of the things I want us to think about today. Are you living on credit to buy your food? Consumables are eaten and then they're forgotten about. We used to have a restaurant that was local and they let people charge. And my daughter was the waitress there and she said, Mom, they let people charge and they will charge all month long and come in every single day to eat. And then at the end of the month, they pay a little bit on last month's, but they don't pay the whole thing. And then they start charging again. That is a perfect example of eating something, using something for a consumable, using it up, and then still having to pay for it. I know many restaurants don't allow that anymore, and it was just a little country restaurant that did allow it, but I think they learned their lesson rather quickly, that when people have eaten or consumed what they are serving, it's harder to collect that money. And it's harder for them to see the importance of paying that money. So as we go through and think about that the next time we're in a drive-through or going to a restaurant and pulling out that credit card, remember that it is harder to come up with that money later when you've already consumed what you've purchased. It's hard to even remember what that balance came from because you have nothing to show for it. So back to my Diet Pepsi fix that I've talked to you about before. I used to work with a girl who just had a Diet Pepsi every afternoon at about 2 o'clock, and she looked forward to that Diet Pepsi every day around 2 o'clock. And I sat at my desk and I drank them all day long. And I thought, how can you only drink one a day? And she said, because it makes it special and it's something that I look forward to. Well, now that I have gone down to one a day, I understand that. Back then, I did not understand that at all. I didn't understand how she could have one a day and how that could be enough to be special. But these are the kinds of things I'm trying to express to you on how I live my life. When we save up for things that are special, they are even more special. And when we don't owe credit for those special things, they're even more special. So it is more than about saving money. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you've enjoyed this content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to have you as part of our community. Have a great day.